Well, folks, we have made it. Nintendo Switch games are officially costing $70. Well, kind of, as you can see. So, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition was just announced, kind of subtly for Nintendo Switch. This released last year on PS4 and Xbox One, as well as PC, to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Skyrim. Well, it's finally coming over to the Switch. This update, I think, had, like, fishing, as well as some graphical things, maybe some new quests. And it's finally coming to Switch, right? I mean, Skyrim came out on Switch back in 2017. It was in that reveal trailer. Skyrim was pretty important to the Switch's first year, and just kind of showing what third-party support can do on this console. Now, when it released in 2017, it was $60, right? Which a lot of people already had issue with, but you could maybe kind of give it benefit of the doubt. You know, it was the first time Skyrim had been playable portably. It was kind of a big deal also, and Skyrim also wasn't as old then as it is now. You know, that was 5 years ago. Skyrim is almost double the age that it was when Skyrim released when it released on the Nintendo Switch, you know, back in 2017. So for them to release this update for Skyrim and try to charge $70 for it, a lot of people are scratching their heads. And I kind of want to look at it from both sides of the coin. I think a lot of people are kind of misconstruing what's happening here as if they're charging $70 again, which, as you can see, I'm on Nintendo's website right here. This is just the eShop, basically, on web browser. Yes, it is $70. However, and I don't think it's going to show it here, but if you already own the game, you can buy just the Anniversary Edition upgrade for $20. So they're saving you money by making it a bundle for $70. But why are they doing this? Because if you go to the other versions of this game, it's $50 on PS4/PS5, it's $50 on Steam, and it's $50 on Xbox. And then on GameStop, you can get it for, like, $40. Looks like, yeah, $40. Really, you can't even get it new, but it was probably $40. I guess it was probably $50, but regardless, the point is, you can get this game for much cheaper than the Switch version, and this is nothing new. We've had Switch tax out the ass, but I thought it was getting better. But it seems like Bethesda has just kind of gone back on that. And I mean, you can even look at other versions of Skyrim. I mean, I know my friend Caleb just got Skyrim for PS4 or Xbox One, actually, as part of the 4 for $20 deal at GameStop, because I think it's a $10 game. $9, $10 game when it's used at GameStop. So why is Bethesda charging $70 for the Switch version? Well, simple question is, they can. I think a lot of people, and this kind of gets into the whole debate with game prices. Games are more expensive now than ever to make, and, you know, inflation, economy is not in a great place, especially for a lot of these developers. In this case, they're based in Bethesda, Maryland. It's not a great place to be, but I'm not giving them a pass. This is bullshit. This game should not be $70. $60, okay, you know what, late port, whatever. $60, maybe a $10. First of all, the upgrade should be free. Right? If you already owned the game for $60 on Switch back in 2017, this should be a free upgrade. I don't know what the upgrade path looked like for PlayStation, for the Skyrim Special Edition on PlayStation or any platform really, because it released everywhere, to the Anniversary Edition. If you know, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm very curious to know if there was like a upgrade path where you could pay $10 or $20, because to upgrade from the Switch version to this Anniversary bundle, it is $20, which is, I can almost certainly guarantee, more than what it would have been on PlayStation or Xbox or even PC. I think on PC it was probably free though, right? So seeing them do this, you know, obviously it's funny because most AAA games now on other platforms are $70. I don't think this is indicative of that happening on Switch, but it is funny because everybody's going to think, oh no, this is happening. And actually, real time, while we're here, I am curious, how much is NBA on Nintendo's platforms right now? It's $60. On PS5, it's $70. So we're still okay, I think. That is to say, I think we're okay for a little while longer, though I do fear the day of a $70 Switch game is approaching rapidly. But, you know, not getting into the full debate on prices and inflation and all that, it makes sense. You know, we're at that point. Honestly, $70 is kind of too cheap, depending on the game. But this is not a new game. This is Skyrim Anniversary Edition, a game that, for all intents and purposes, came out 11 years ago now. So to see Bethesda doing this, it's just kind of grimy. It's also the fact that, you know, I'm a physical collector. I have a huge stack of physical games right here I've been buying up. Actually, I did a video on Nier. Go check that out. I got that early. This game doesn't even have a physical copy. On PS4 and Xbox, they at least release a physical box of Anniversary Edition, right? Which is cool. As a collector, you want to have that in your collection. For the Switch version, there's no physical copy of the Anniversary Edition. There's the regular version, but not this. So that inherently hurts any chance of me buying it, right? It's just weird. Why 70? Is it because they didn't want to discount the price of regular Skyrim? Did they see the sales for Skyrim Switch and were like, okay, well, it's still selling at $60 digitally. No reason to really bump it down, then add this. That has to be it. It's just weird, man. I don't know. People must be buying it for $60 still, digitally. Which, I know I've seen it go on sale sometimes. I don't know how deep of a discount. I want to say like maybe 40% off, so like 30-some dollars, like $35, something like that. Never as cheap as it probably should be, though, given its age. And that's just the reality of Nintendo games and games released on Nintendo platforms. For some reason, they just hold more value. I don't know why. I think a lot of developers and publishers see what Nintendo does with their pricing structures and how they really never lose value. And they're like, okay, well, if you're going to do it, we can do it too. And I think it's probably paying off for some developers like Bethesda, and maybe not so much for other developers. Because you look at even just the aftermarket prices for a game like Doom or like The Witcher 3 or Dying Light. And these games are still, they're not quite retail used on eBay and Amazon, but they're more than the other versions. They're more than they would be given the typical lifespan of a video game, right? So, I mean, Skyrim, example, is like $5 on PS4. Now, it's cheaper than that on PS3 and 360 because there's so many copies of it. We know Skyrim on Switch sold at least 1 million copies, probably 2 or 3, because it sold 1 million back, I believe, in 2017. I'm pretty sure it like flat out sold 1 million like immediately. So you're gonna safely assume at least 2 million, probably 3 for Skyrim on Switch. It should be cheaper than that, but for some reason, Switch games, they just hold their value. I don't know what it is. It's honestly unlike anything I've seen, really, because like, yeah, there are games here. Just pulling out an example. This is a game called Penny Punching Princess from NAS America, which is a Japanese publisher. A game like this is cheap. I think I got this for $15 sealed. But when you're talking about the big games, for some reason they don't really go down. Even third-party stuff, even late third-party stuff. I'm trying to think of better examples. We're here, even something like this. Just really grabbing stuff from the recent purchases stack. I got Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age, on the Switch. This game on PS4, I think it went back up a little bit, but for a while there, you get it for like 10, 15 bucks. On the Switch, it's like 25, 30. It's stuff like that. Switch games just inherently hold a little bit more value. Skyrim on Switch holds a little bit more value. So Bethesda sees that, they can be like, okay, well, it's already selling for $60 still in 2022. Might as well charge an extra. Well, if you already own the game and you want to upgrade, it's $20. But if you don't have it and want to get it digitally, you can get it for $70. So from their perspective, they're just like, well, why not, right? I'm not defending it. It is scummy. It's not. It should not be $70. But that's why. That's why this is happening. Switch games inherently hold a little bit more value, I think, than other platforms, just because. I wish I could tell you. It's not. I don't think it's just the Nintendo tax, because even on Wii U, and I mean that was a failing platform, but like the Wii or GameCube or really any other Nintendo home console, games like this don't hold their value normally. So it's very interesting to see how the market is kind of reacting to Switch games, Switch third-party games, when the Switch is actually getting third-party games, right? Doom on PS4 is like a $5 game. On Switch, it's like a $35 game. Diablo 3, same thing. It's just weird seeing these Western-developed games maintain a value, because you don't see that on PlayStation or Xbox, or well, obviously on PC, because everything goes on sale on Steam. It's just really interesting to see. It's a fun topic. I don't think we're going to have like a baseline $70 Switch game ever. I don't think Nintendo's going to do that during the Switch generation. I think we'll see that next generation with the Switch 2, whenever that is. I think that's still years away, personally. But for now, I think we're safe. I think this is just an anomaly. It's not technically a $70 game. It's a $60 game, or you can get like a little bundle upgrade with a DLC for $10 more or $20 if you buy it separately. So technically, you know, you're not going to Walmart and buying this for $70. And there have been instances of that. They released Pokemon Sword and Shield with the expansion packs baked in for $90 at retail, physically. There's physical cards with that. So Nintendo has charged more than $60 for a physical Nintendo Switch game, but obviously that's a DLC kind of bundle tie-in thing, right? Or like the twin packs to do for Pokemon. So I don't think you're gonna see, Dynasty Warriors 10 or whatever on Switch costs $70. I'd be very surprised. I mean, you can even see, as I demonstrated with NBA, it's still $10 cheaper on Switch. I think it's also $10 cheaper on PS4 and Xbox One, but you get my point. So don't worry. I think we're good for a few more years at least, but it is funny to see Bethesda kind of maybe taking that first little step, dipping their toes a little bit with the Switch version. Also, the funniest thing is, I didn't even mention, I think I did actually, I think I might have. This is a year late. This Anniversary Edition came out last year on PlayStation and Xbox and Steam. Why did it take a year to update it on Switch? Come on, Bethesda. You can do better than this. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble about Switch game prices. Of course, you can subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch news and coverage and all that fun stuff, gameplay videos. I posted that Nier video. Go check out that. The game's not out for another week, but I got my copy early, so I'd really appreciate that if you do that for me. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at BoTalksMedia. You can join my Discord. That is linked down below. And until next time, folks, peace.